Another sign that I'm getting older. It takes me 3 days to watch a 2-hour movie. Mac Engel, Fort Worth Star Telegram, Engel Angle podcast here on the Sunset Lounge. No guest for this episode, but before I talk about what I'm going to talk about, which two of these issues are basically becoming national crises. It's slightly tongue-in-cheek, but two of these issues that I want to talk about are things that we need to do something about both societally, and that starts with us individually. But before I get to that, I do want to mention again that all of the shows here on the Sunset Lounge are free. That is patreon.com/SunsetLoungeDFW. Shippy and Groobs, free. The Clubhouse with Rob, Alex, and Don. Pop culture, sports, movies, wrestling. Probably not a coincidence that since I've done this, I keep getting on my Instagram reels mentions for Kelly and Tori Wilson. I blame them. Beer 30 Sports O'Clock with Ziggy. The man loves sports. The man loves beer. The man loves football. And right now in football, this is this time of year where everybody goes crazy because it's free agency and everybody's bouncing teams like they were changing teams like you would change underwear, assuming you do change your underwear. Al Maximo with my friends Victor Yaviaba and Carlos Nava, F1, football, and soccer. Victor is the unfortunate voice of the Dallas Mavericks. It's not his fault that they traded Luka Doncic. Still can't believe they did it. And of course, our friends at Your Dark Companion, the great Mike Reiner. Free. All of these things are free. Go to the Sunset Lounge, click the free member button at the top of the membership page to enjoy all of the great content here on the Sunset Lounge. The Sunset Lounge, where you can listen to or watch on your life-altering phone. Before I get into my other topic, I need to talk about this because something has gotten completely out of whack with phones in mixed company, in public places. Now, before I get on my soapbox, I want to say that I am the middle-aged guy who works like hell to make sure that I am not the get off my lawn guy, that I'm the guy who doesn't walk outside and yell at the clouds. And you have to fight it. You have to fight it. That's a male or female thing. You have to fight. Damn it. Why are we doing it like this? It was better than when I was younger. That's a pile of crap. Just because something was done when you were younger doesn't mean it was necessarily better. That's a load of junk. There are exceptions, however. And this is one of them. And I don't mean just having a phone, and it's really not even a phone as much as it is a computer in your hands. I don't necessarily mean that, or social media, or whatever else. I'm talking about people who use their phones on speaker or FaceTime in public. Nobody wants to hear your conversation in public. Nobody. It's one thing if you go back to this. If you're at a restaurant and there's a table 2 tables away that is loud, you notice it right away. Maybe they're drinking too much. Maybe they're just loud. But you notice it and you think, why are you infringing upon my ear space with your noise? That's just in a conversation. So you kind of give some of that a pass, a little bit. These are worse. The speaker is worse. Now, I understand if you are out for a walk, maybe in your house, and you want to get some things done while you're having a conversation with somebody, that I understand. But if you are in a movie theater, a restaurant, a waiting area, at a doctor's office, I don't want to, nor does anybody else in those areas want to hear your phone call. And I know you don't want to hear mine. I don't want to listen to your music. I don't want to hear your YouTube videos. I don't want to hear what you are watching on TikTok or Twitter, X, any of it. Turn it off. So now the question is, how do you combat it? Fair. Totally fair. Don't just come up and say, don't do this. Well, what should I do? Well, the first thing you should do is have that conversation away so you can be discreet and private and courteous to those in that shared audio space. The other day, I shouldn't say, this was quite a while ago, my tolerance for this keeps getting lower and lower because people keep doing it more and more. And everybody seems to agree when I have this conversation, when I bring this point up with them, yeah, you're right. Well, if I'm right about this and you agree, why are so many people doing it? I'm at a Panera Bread one morning and hardly anybody's in there. I'm at my table with my computer. I'm doing some work and there's an older gentleman who's probably got me by 10, 12 years. And he's sitting 2 tables down. And he is trying to buy a car he's trying to talk to a car salesman. And he's doing it on speaker. Now, if he's having that conversation with a salesman sitting right across from him, A, it's going to be a little bit quieter. And B, I sort of accept that I'm going to hear some of that. This is going to be a little bit louder and it's going to be infringing on my space. And quite frankly, it's rude. So he's sitting there having this conversation. He's bent over and he's talking into the phone while the speaker is on. And I'm looking at him like, you got to be kidding me. And he keeps doing it. And now what I realize is that he's calling multiple car dealers trying to find this specific car. So I shoot him a bunch of dirty looks. He misses all of those signs. And then I think, well, how am I going to do this? I got it. So I turn my phone on, the music, and I put on a Metallica song. And he starts giving me looks. And I just act like I'm oblivious. And then eventually, after the second song, he picks up what I'm doing. Which I can't believe it took him 2 songs, but I shouldn't be that surprised because he should have picked up on it right away. So then finally, he picks up the phone and he puts it to his ear. I turn my music off. Now, what was better, aggressive or passive aggressive? You pick. Passive aggressive, that comes with criticism. Aggressive comes with criticism, even though it's just the addition of a single word. What I should have done is, sir, can you please, I really don't, however, I should have done that, but I didn't. Got what I wanted. He eventually left. Fast forward, went to a movie with my daughter. And everybody knows at the movie theater, there comes on before the trailers or whatever, please silence all cell phones. Okay, so now I'm sitting in there, probably 10 minutes before the movie, and there's a woman 2 seats down from me who is just crushing a triple XL of popcorn. I mean, she is just devouring it. It almost looked like something out of Wild Kingdom. You're like, man, how do you do that? It was like a human vacuum cleaner of popcorn. And she's watching YouTube videos. Full volume. I'm 2 seats down. Movie hasn't started. Nothing has started. It's just the commercials and trivia and whatnot on the screen. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to hear this. And it's nothing that I really would want to watch. It's not comedians. It's nothing. It's just junk. And I understand one man's junk is another person's treasure, etc. But it was the whole idea of, I don't want to hear this. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I have my daughter with me to my left. She's slightly annoyed, not as much as I am. I'm like, how am I going to fight this? Like any good person, I started watching YouTube videos at full volume. Now, unlike my previous experience where the guy got it, this woman had no idea. She just kept doing it. And I kept thinking to myself, we need to get to a place where every place that you go, there needs to be a sign. We don't want to hear your phone calls. We don't want to share your FaceTime experiences. The one exception, there is one exception with that. If there is a parent or grandparent who wants to see their grandbaby, maybe even a parent with a certain child of age, 2, 3, 4, they get a pass. They always get a pass. I'm okay with that. Two teenage girls sitting there flapping their gums. No, shut up. Two dudes talking about the game. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. And I know this because I know you don't want to hear me. Respect other people's audio space. It's no different, or it's in the same vein as respecting people's personal space with maybe the most cherished member of your family. I am not talking about your kids or your spouse, mom or dad, brother or sister. I am talking about your dog. We probably need to take out the probably. I love dogs. Dogs are the best. And this whole idea of, we don't deserve dogs. That's a bunch of crap. We don't deserve dogs. The dog has a very basic, simple brain. And I love dogs. If you house the dog and you feed the dog, you've given them their life. They could turn around and say, we don't deserve you. It's damn right you don't deserve me. Get you food for free. You know what I mean? Take you for a walk. I need some ROI on this, brother. So this whole idea that we don't deserve dogs, I think it works the other way. Because part of the relationship is we're going to take the dog for a walk. We should. Dog needs exercise. We all need exercise, especially dogs. And now the dog does what it's supposed to do. Urinates and defecates in somebody else's lawn or house or property. You wouldn't do that. I think. Now, part of the relationship is if you're a responsible dog owner and your dog goes number 2 in somebody else's property, it is your responsibility to sit down with a bag, hopefully, not just your bare hand, sit down, scoop it up, and toss it in the trash someplace, right? You see signs for this everywhere. Please pick up after your dog, because everybody knows the sensation of stepping into or onto that warm, squishy awfulness that releases a smell that is unique to that experience. You immediately know, I just stepped in dog crap. Why didn't they clean it up? Now, I want to be real clear before I go on this little rant. I am not Steph Curry from three-point range or the foul line when it comes to picking up after my dog, because sometimes I come with one bag and then she pulls out the wild card and says, nope, got to go again. Respect the game. Like, good for you. You reward the dog. Good girl. You didn't take a dump in the house. You're like, wait a minute. Why didn't you get it all done so I could use this one bag? I'm not perfect on that. So I do have some allowances for people whose dogs do what they do in the doo-doo in your yard and you don't pick it up. I get it. Do the best you can. I've done the best I can, and I'm not perfect. Sorry. The part of it that I don't get is this new trend. And for those who've gone through this, and my dog did what they did in your yard, dropped a little Monet or a Van Gogh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But the part of this evolution that I don't get, and it's really irritating, are the people now who buy the dog poop bags, scoop it up, tie it, right? And then just drop it on the street. I see this now, time and again. I walk around and I see these little baggies full of dog poop in parks or on the side of the street, to the point where I've taken video evidence of it. I'm not sure who to sue, but I just can't get over the feeling. I'm like, what you've come halfway. You've come more than halfway. You have gone through the process of you picked up, or in this case, you bought the baggie. Now, there are these designated dog poop bags that you can buy. Should have got in on that one. It's a little bit like Apple. You can buy them. And now you have gone through that process of watching your dog squat, take a poop, reward the dog with affection. Good girl, that's a good boy. You did the way to go. You didn't take a crap in our house. Good job. Now you've taken that baggie reached down and felt that warm squishiness in the palm of your hand and praying that whatever doesn't break so the poop doesn't get on your hands. Done the thing and tied a little knot in it? You're there. You're home. All you have to do now is just take it to a garbage can and be done with it. Unless there's a part of this I am missing. I'm smart enough to tell you there's a lot of things that I don't know. And maybe there are dog poop elves that walk around these cities all over the world picking up these little bags and throwing them into a designated disposal area. I don't think that happens, but I could be wrong. I don't check my tax bill that closely, so maybe as part of my property tax, it does include a crew of guys and girls who come around and pick up dog poop bags. I don't think that happens. And really what this comes down to, this is not a societal change for the better. This is not one of those things that I can look back on and say, well, gee whiz, it's so much better when I was younger because I was younger. No. The cell phone thing is a challenge. It's got good and bad. You need to be responsible about it, blah, 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 blah. We don't want to hear your conversations in public. Please don't use the speakerphone. And if you are one of those people who takes your dog for a walk, good for you. And if you are one of those people who has a baggie for the dog poop and picks it up, don't drop it on the street. Throw it in the garbage can. It's not that hard. We're all sharing the same space, whether it's a speakerphone or a dog doing their job outside. Be respectful of others. We don't want to step in the dog poop. We don't want to pick up the dog poop. And we don't want to hear your conversations. Thank you.